Aloha, beloveds. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm enjoying the sunshine and the water and the mountain, holy Mount Shasta. My name is Athena Rose, and I'd like to share some insights and awarenesses that have been coming through, spending time here at the mountain, spending time with myself in solitude, and spending time with the water, spending time with the medicine of all these elements, and particularly feeling really, really grateful to the vibration of this running water that I've been spending time with, and really continuing to tune in to how I can be in my own divine flow, how I can listen deeply to spirit as spirit moves and weaves our experiences together as human beings, and also how we can be in right relationship with the elements. This is always something that's on my heart, to have an intent and a prayer for being in right relationship with the elements. And it's important to remember that all of the aspects of ourselves are important to honor and respect and integrate into our being, into our full totality of what we are, what we represent as beings that are the dual nature of reality, which is the dark and the light, the contrast that provides the illumination. And last night during my meditation, I really went into the aspects of my shadow that I have kept hidden or pushed away from myself, and not honored. And I think there is this proclivity in especially those of us that have been raised in religious households to feel ashamed, to feel disconnected from those shadowy, darker aspects of our nature. And I know that we need to integrate those pieces of ourselves within our being and honor them and witness them. It starts with really seeing, allowing yourself to see what's there, what may be something that you are struggling with, or struggling with really accepting is ultimately what it is, because I feel that it is possible to see aspects of ourselves that maybe want to harm or create suffering, or maybe angry to the point of wanting to enact revenge, or hold grudges, like all these aspects of us that we push away, or we say aren't good, and so therefore I'm not gonna identify with that. It's this whole programming around you're a sinner, and you're innately wrong, you're innately bad, so you have to shun those aspects of yourself and only accept the light, only accept what's coined the good parts of us. And society doesn't allow for us to speak about those parts where we have to keep them hidden. Because if we told folks how we really feel about them, or how we really feel about ourselves, or maybe the darker thoughts that we think about people, that we would be rejected, we would not have friends, we would not be accepted, fully accepted. And I've been learning being in partnership, that it's important to love. Real love means that you accept and honor all the parts of somebody. And it's not like saying it's okay for you to harm or create suffering. What it is saying, I recognize that you have those parts of you that are real and valid and sprung from experiences in your life, that have created those aspects of you. Many of us, apparently half the population, has experienced sexual trauma as a child. And, so that in and of itself is very indicative of, like, we're not talking about these things. We're not talking about what that means then. We're talking about it from the lens of victimhood. That was done to me, and I'm suffering so much because of it, and I'm struggling with addiction and disassociation and whatnot, and that's all real. But what is also real, in my mind, is that from those experiences, from things that scared us as a child, things that caused us to split in our being in order to survive, in order to get through it. And I am the survivor of child sexual abuse, and I feel like it's important to honor what happened there and what that created, like what aspects that created within me. And it's this idea of the wounded healer, and so many people, so many astrologers are talking about Chiron right now, the wounded healer in terms of astrology. And that's really up right now, because the wounded healer is important. It's an important piece to the collective awakening. And instead of identifying as victim, we can transmute. We have the ability to transmute that into a place of power, into a place of understanding, into a place of deeper empathy. The victim can very much become the perpetrator, and has been, for a long time. Folks who have been tortured or abused in some way have ended up torturing and abusing others. And why does that happen? I feel it happens because we're not honoring those shadowy aspects, and so they're kept hidden, and then the perpetration happens in secret and continues to happen, and children continue to be subjected to those aspects because we're not honoring them within ourselves and recognizing them and seeing them. That's where it is. That's where the healing is seeing those aspects of ourselves and recognizing them and honoring them, but not acting upon them, not acting upon them, seeing, I see that, I see this within me, and I recognize that, and I honor that, and I understand where it comes from, and I'm making peace with that, and transmuting it into the healer, and it takes time, it takes effort, it takes awareness, it takes deep presence. It takes tuning into our bodies and our breath and witnessing and seeing and allowing that to just be, and not pushing it away, not disassociating, being really gentle and really accepting and continuing to accept. And when we can accept those pieces of ourselves for ourselves, we can accept those pieces in others, and we can have more harmonious relationships and less judgment and less criticism, because what you're seeing in another very likely is also something that's within you, and that's why it's so hard for you to see that in another. And I have a tendency to judge the darker aspects that I see in another, because I know that that's present in me, and I've pushed it away. So if I can accept those pieces of me, the perpetrator within me, I can accept and be more loving and graceful and gentle and have more of that unconditional love from my relatives. So I just wanted to share that. I feel it's important to speak to that. Of course, we always have the intent and the prayer and the goal to be in right relationship, to only be love and be of assistance. But it is present in the field. It has been forever, as far as I can understand. Humanity has light and dark aspects. And what are healthy ways which we can transmute that? You know, we can allow our emotions to flow. We can be angry. We can be allowed to be angry. We can have others hold space for us to be angry and talk about real stuff that's up for us, you know. Real talk about addiction and anger and yeah, these aspects of ourselves that want to destroy, you know, Um, it's a real thing, you know. And I know that it's also present in the Hindu mythology. Like there's Kali and there's different destroyer energies, but that is also necessary in a way to create more life. So we need to learn how to transmute that without creating suffering and harm to others and continuing to perpetuate trauma. And I believe it starts with sitting with it and witnessing it. So I really encourage you to do that. There are many ways in which you can do that. One of which has been very helpful to me that I've talked to before is working with plant medicine, working with mushrooms and ayahuasca. Those psychedelic realms are, you know, allowed me to see the shadow aspects of me and embrace them. It's also very accessible in dream work. It's very accessible in dream work. So I that's something I've been studying intensely for a while now, and so I would like to share more about that with folks. If you are interested in any of these modalities and have questions, please feel free to reach out and ask me. I can help you. I can be a guide. I can help you with integration, help you with setting strong intention. I can help you with dream incubation and dream analysis, just helping you see what's coming through in your dreams. And yeah, I've been studying the work of Robert Moss, and he has a very effective way of working with the dreams and seeing aspects of yourself and honoring those aspects of yourself. And so I'd love to share that. He calls it lightning dream work, and it's really effective. So if you have a dream you'd like to share, that's something I offer in my healing practice. So feel free to give me a call or reach out or email me. We can set a time to talk about your dreams. Yeah, I'd just love to hear from you. Please leave comments in the description here if you'd like to share something. And you know, my intention is to build community through these videos and to teach from a perspective of me, which you know, we're all so unique. I've had a very unique life, I feel like, and I'm continuing to live my best life and to deepen into my authenticity and in relating to myself. And I feel it's hugely important we have the opportunity to do that. And certainly, I also want to speak to the medicine of land, you know, being outside in nature and spending time and taking time to yourself apart from interactions with others, and just noticing your own energy, like what is yours and what is others. And we can only do that if we spend time by ourselves and are in our own energy field. You know, I know for myself as an empath, it can be really convoluted and challenging for me to understand if the feelings I'm feeling are truly mine, like really mine and relating in relation to me, or if they're in relation to energies and feelings I'm picking up from others. And it's all good. Like I really appreciate all of it, but yeah, it's good. It helps me see and do my own internal work when I spend time by myself outside with the elements, with the sun, with the water, with the plants, with the air. Yeah. Yeah, it's real important you take time. So I implore you to do so, to create that opportunity in your life. And there's really no excuse in my mind, because it's vital that we do this. It's vital that we take the time to be with ourselves and don't look at the phone and don't answer messages and don't even talk to anybody else. You know, write in your journal and sing and lay on the earth and cry. And really see yourself, yeah, and that can be hard, and sometimes people need support in that, of course, and I totally understand. I myself have needed support many times, and it just felt scary to be by myself. But I want to honor, and I want to honor that process. So I'd like to help, and I feel like I can only help because I've been through it. I've experienced fear of being alone, fear of being out in nature, and I've overcome that. And I'd like to teach as well, and like hold space for others to do that little by little, you know, scaffolding folks to be outside by themselves more. So I'm also offering that as well. I call it re-earthing, elemental therapy, you know, taking people out into nature and exposing them to different sacred spots, and spending time with them and encouraging them to drop in, and giving them some guidance, and then allowing them to experience some time alone, and holding space for them from you know, afar, not too far, but yeah, being outside, being with the elements, exposing yourself, exposing your body, being raw, being naked, being real, being vulnerable, getting in the water. Yeah, essentially vision questing has been really helpful for me, and I feel like that's what I'm doing when I come out and take the time, is really spending time to go internal and vision. And I've received so much from that, so it's been really beautiful. And yeah, one of the practices I have is coming out here by the water, taking my clothes off, sitting by the creek, and playing my drum, which has been very cathartic, and tuning into my primal roots, and yeah, tuning into the vibration of the drum. I offer drum journeys as well, and these drum dream circles that I've been holding, where we talk about our dreams and do the lightning dream work, and holding space for a drum journey as well. So yeah, I'd like to do a little bit of that here, just so you can experience the drum journey piece, and just for a few minutes. It's just a quick beat, and can get you into that theta brainwave state that can allow you to vision and be relaxed in your parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah. much for tuning in. Aloha!